Hallelujah. Is where God is going to help us. But even at that, we must still be careful. Do you know that today, relationship, marriage is one of the things that is the enemy is using ultimately today, and that is not making people to serve God again? It's a truth. We should not forget that marriage is only earthly, it's only in this world. There's no getting married in heaven. So we should not allow the devil to use marriage now to steal our eternal destination. Hmm. What is happening is great. And as a result of that, some are even afraid of not getting married or this or that. But listen, in the whole of this, I must tell you, you don't need to be afraid, my beloved sister that is yet to marry, or you that have married but you are passing through the fire now. You don't need to be afraid or you give up. There is still God that can show mercy, that can repair that home, that can touch your husband's heart. Are you that have not entered? Listen, listen. I love you is not a relationship. Oh. It's not a marriage. Relationship is not a marriage. Few days to the wedding is not a marriage. Emotion is not a marriage whatsoever. But some of us today, we are really deeply carried away. We are in a relationship that we don't supposed to be. And do you know one of the problems? We are too desperate. We take it as if marriage is a do and die affair. As if I don't get married now, that means I am nothing. My beloved sister, I must tell you the truth because I've been in that shoe before. One of the problem of it is the kingdom of darkness, is the enemy that are doing it, that are firing evil thoughts into your heart. They fire the urge. They begin to arouse you sexually. They fire those things into you, and all you just be thinking about is how to marry Nana, how to do. And sometimes when you look at your vision, your thinking concerning, I want to marry now, I want to marry now, you will agree with me that your main reason of saying I want to marry now is I want to marry now so that I will avoid this sexual urge, so that I will avoid this, so that I will avoid that. I understand. But even at that, that is why if you want to overcome, you should not allow the sexual urge to push you into marriage, to push you into the relationship, because that is what the enemy is planning. If your purpose of marrying is because of the sex, and that is something you will be tired of, that is something that cannot even sustain home, you when you enter, you will soon be disappointed within a short time. There should be vision. Marry a man with a vision. Marry a man with a goal. Marry a man with a purpose. Marry a man that loves the Lord. So that it's not about all about sex. It's not all about emotion. It's not all about love. Because there come a time all these things fail. But the purpose, what you people are building together, is what will not keep the home. But so many of us today, we are too in a haste. We are too desperate. As a result of that, we are just pushed into any relationship. I met a young lady recently, very wonderful, to see that at least she's 27 years and at least she's still a virgin. What a wonderful testimony for her. But one of the problem now is this. He say, I want to get married. By all means. Why? Because he say, people are laughing at me. I'm getting old. Those are not reasons for you to say, I want to marry. Those are not reasons for you to force yourself into a water relationship. So you don't, everybody have their life. Everybody have their destiny. Everybody have their time. So you don't force yourself because your friends are getting married. Because the people are putting pressure on you. Your father, your mother putting pressure on you, or what people will think. If you do that, you will have problem, and that is what is happening to our generation and society today. But if you wait upon God, it is better to be delayed in marriage and to be what than to go into marriage and have problem. And I still have this good news to you. I also met a young lady, just 90 years. Yes, she should be 90 years. And guess what happened? 90 years, she was serious with God. 90 years serving the Lord. 90 years, she's still schooling, but something happened. She said, Sir, I was praying 3 days prayer. She was not praying concerning husband or whatsoever. She was just praying. I don't know what she was praying about. But it said God began to give her the revelation of this brother. The brother is into this, is into that, or a kind of established now. But she herself, she don't even like the brother. The brother maybe is a choir coordinator and she is a choir also in one of the branch. She don't even like the brother. But God is now pointing that this is your husband, this is your husband. I have to cancel her yesterday. See. Imagine at 90 years, she's not even ready for the marriage now, but Baba have shown her who she's going to marry. I gave her some counsel yesterday to prepare her mind and all that, not to put a focus on that now. It's very good. Some women, as many can testify on this group here, most of them, they saw their husband even 5 years to come, 10 years before the husband officially came and proposed to them. They didn't see the husband in the dream. All of a sudden, when God told you this your husband, all of a sudden you begin to move to brother, you begin to move to here is to say, ah brother, you never buy me something. So it's you now that is now engineering the thing for brother to make move. Not like that. They stay calm. They stay calm. But some of us today, we are too desperate. Another woman again, at the end of the day, she was crying because it's not crying and weeping and regretting. When she was 16 years, 16 years, they started kind of dating and other. Before you know, 18 years, okay, and at 18 years they begin to do rubbish and other. And now at 18 years they got married, and now she's 20 years, she have given birth to a boy, and now she's pregnant. And guess what, even according to her, few months later after the marriage, the man is not touching her again. And now the man have started running from the house, moving to other women, and she's crying. She said, I want to die. She said, I want to die. I don't know what to do. I want to die. The other one, the other one again, or the other country, say my husband is going to other. My husband just say I traveling, going to sleep with them. So they are all over. They are all over. That man that is giving you heaven and earth, that is promising you heaven and earth now, that you are carried away, your brain now is touched, your emotion, your everything, you are laughing. Do you know the tomorrow of that man? Do you know the future of that man? It is only God that knows the tomorrow. That is why I will encourage, listen, because he's a pastor. For instance, maybe even me that is speaking now, maybe I just shout one of you people up now, and I told you, oh, sister, hey, I love you, you're fire, I love you, oh, I want to marry you, oh, I want to do this. And all of a sudden, you now say, hey, well, this one is evangelist and a man of God. Oh, ah, for this man of God to come, let me just agree. If you do that, that is called korofo. You don't do that because he's a man of God. You don't do that. The man is tough. The man have money. The man is educated. The man do this. Because of that, I just accept. Do you know why? If you do that, you will be surprised that the man of God, that two of you are not compatible. You must wait on the Creator. When God, don't allow the society to lie to you, beloved sisters. Don't allow the society to lie to you, your parents or your family, whoever, your friends to lie to you. That, oh, husbands are scarce to have now. To see men now, these days, women are more popular than, they are more populated than men. Oh, there's no husband again. Those are society lies. The God that created you to this world, what did he say? He said, I know the thought I have towards you, thought of good and not of evil, and to give you an expected end. This same God, he has a plan for you. When he created you to this world, he has created, he have a plan for the man you are going to marry. He has a plan for the man you are going to marry. So don't allow anybody to push you. Any the pressure and order. So for instance, some of your friends now can have an early marriage. They already have kids now, and you have not married. Maybe they have two or three kids, and you have not married. And later you now marry. God know how to redeem time. You will be surprised that at the end of the day, within a short time, you give birth to triplets, even two times or whatever. You see now some people that are reigning now, some people that are reigning spiritually, reigning in business, reigning in marriage, reigning financially, in every aspect. Listen, there is time for everything. A time is coming now, they will not be old cargo, old school. The anointing, when your own time come, the anointing, the grace is now upon you. It is there, you will not be the one reigning. Everybody have their time of reigning. As if you do what? If you can hold up to your God, if you can keep yourself. As a matter of fact, how will you expect to marry? How will you expect to marry a good man to have a happy home when you are not keeping yourself? You already giving yourself to a man as boyfriend, girlfriend. You already define yourself and you are still praying for a good husband. It cannot happen. If you need a good man, if you need a good husband, you must keep yourself. You must break that worldly relationship. You must understand that boyfriend and girlfriend dating is an initiative of the devil to destroy people, to lure people to sin. You must abstain from every appearances of evil, any form of sexual immorality and other. I told one of the lady the other day, I said masturbation is a sex. Yes, yes, it's a sexual immorality, right? But it's a sex. It's a new pattern way of having sex that the devil have made. Do you know why? That is why when you are doing it, say spiritually, you are like a dual being. You are neither man or woman because you are trying to satisfy yourself. You are just like two in one. You are a man, you are a woman, you are satisfying yourself. And so many people they confirm to it that when they are into the masturbation, even their husband, they don't have feeling for man again, they don't have feeling for woman again, they don't have feeling for man again. That if a woman now, even you are married and you are still involved in masturbation, before you know your home will scatter because it's the spirit that is pushing you. You will not be having feeling for your husband or you will not be having feeling for your wife. These are the devices the enemy want to use to destroy life, to lose life. When he knew that people don't want to go to fornication again, he now begin to bring a new way. Things are really happening. This young boy I told you that wanted to kill himself just recently. Imagine he's still in school. This girl is still in school. This girl just about maybe is he about 20. Okay, I think he said him is about 20 something, whether the girl is 20 years. They have been in a relationship for about 2 years now. And that relationship, that's what I told you. When you are not ready for the marriage, when you are not ready to marry, no need for a relationship now. Many people have met, they say they don't even know the purpose of their relationship. The purpose is just to sleep, just for pleasure. Rubbish. So at the end of the day, now two of them they have been in a relationship for about 2 years now, sleeping together several times. And just recently now, the girl cheated on him and maybe sent text message to him, and before you know he want to run mad though. He want to run mad. I don't know what to do now. I just feel like killing myself now. He was totally out of control, and this was someone that was a minister. This was someone that was supposed to be on fire for God, but for some years now, because the devil knew For some years now, a lady has been sent to his life. He has been committing sin with that lady. The things of God, everything finish. We need to wake up. Don't be desperate to marry. Many homes today are on fire. I am telling you, I have met a lot of them and I'm still meeting. Men and women, many homes are on fire. They are regretting and they are cursing the day they met the man. They are cursing the day they met the woman. They are saying, my husband was not like this before. My man was not like this. My wife was not like this before. But for some things have happened. Things have changed. The man now don't have time for the wife again, now sleeping with guests. The woman misbehaving, trouble everywhere. And you ask them, trace the foundation of it. There was no God. They did it by their own selves. God was not there. When you are doing the kissing, when you are doing jumping up and down, I will love you, I will die for you. All those ones are lies. Control your emotions, sisters. Control your emotion, brothers. I know it's not easy, but there is a grace that is available. I just pray that God will help us in Jesus' name. And you that is already having problem, having that challenges, maybe you can shut me up. The Lord will still have a word for you. But I want you to understand, don't give up. Don't give up. God will bring solution to your home. Don't allow marriage to be the one that will send you to hell. God will touch your husband. God will touch your wife in Jesus' name. I have said it before that dating, this boyfriend and girlfriend, all these ideas of dating and other are initiative of the devil. Are initiative of the devil. For instance, when you look at the Bible, there's no way, there's no place for say they do dating. We try it first. We want to try it first. We want to examine it first. You saw what happened, the marriage of Isaac and Rebekah. Marriage is a faith. It's a journey of faith. And in this journey of faith, the creator of your life, you must carry him along because it's he that knows the future. But the mistake and the problem we are having now is we only carried away by society, by our human knowledge, by the way people are doing it, and we neglect God. We neglect God. So, and as such, the future is very far. We may not see the future. If a prophet tell you, no matter how anointed the prophet is, that this girl is good, this man is good, don't because of that go and marry that person. Do you know why? The prophet only saw some particles of that day. He didn't see the 10 years. The prophet did not see the 20 years to come. The prophet did not see some of the bad character, the hidden things in that man, in that woman. You that want to marry the person, you must pray. Let God minister to you. Let God minister to you. Even when God minister to you, that doesn't mean there will be problem. But let it be that is God that is leading. So there was, you can see the way Abraham told the servant and he prayed a prayer and God, everything worked accordingly. And you came to a generation that said dating another, we test it first. I want to know how the person is. But you discover that many of them that are also going to the dating, some of them, they stayed together for even 10 years, dating, sleeping with each other, kissing and romancing. They already married themselves. And after 10 years, break up. After 10 years, this. Or after 10 years, they get married. When they get married, there's still crisis, there's still trouble, there's still problem. It's like a car. Can you go to a car seller and say, please, so I just want to buy your car. Allow me to test the car for 1 day first. Can you do that? You pay and you carry that car. But we are in a generation because it's a means of the devil now to lure people to sin. To say, I want to test. Listen, No amount of years, even marriage self, he said the school of marriage is a school you will enter without graduating. So don't think that there's an amount of years you can have to able to know that sister, to be able to know that brother. No, you cannot with your own wisdom at all. All those ones are deceptive. Many of them that involve in the dating and all that, the dating is still scattering, is somersaulting, is somersaulting. If you say you want to do dating, the reason why as people of God, as believer, why we should not be carried away by this device of the devil is this. You know vividly that man and a woman is opposite and negative. And you know vividly that by the time you enter relationship, by the time you call it I'm not in a relationship, all of a sudden it's as if you are already married. It's as if this is your husband, it's as if this is your wife. And you will discover it take the grace of God. No wonder Apostle Rokbo said something there when in one of his message. He said you will fornicate. He said be careful. You don't know the power of emotion. He was talking to young people to say be careful with relationship and all that. Meaning don't enter relationship when you are not ready to marry within a short time, because you will commit sin. You will be carried away. So a long relationship leads to committing of sin. If the person say I want to marry now, why can't they go and pay the bride price and we do the marriage? Why the delay? Why do you want to test? My beloved people that want to stand for God, you must rise up and say my body is never for testing. Or you now that want to stand for God as a woman, as a man, you must say I will not test first, but I will do the will of God. I want to share this practical example now. Something happened to me. I've never been in a relationship for my life. Though when I was in the world, I committed a lot of sins with ladies and all those things and all that, lot of wickedness when I was in the world. But I've never entered to say this is a relationship. No. But something happened, even when I've known the Lord years back. When I've known the Lord, though, by then I was loving the Lord, though. By then I was holding on to the Lord, though. But something happened years back. Something happened when the enemy begin to fire arrow. You must get married. You must. So the thought was so much another. All of a sudden, I just met a lady on WhatsApp. Avoid online relationship. Go to your God. Let God show you the right person. Don't be carried away by what the society are doing. That is why they are crashing. That is the reason why there's problem. There's challenges in homes. They rush into the marriage. Just recently I saw it on Facebook that a woman posted something, make a comment on Facebook, and maybe months later a man just discover it, and the man private chat the lady, and now that about 2 months of them meeting, they are getting married very soon. Tomorrow when there's crisis, when there's trouble, you will now begin to cry. Normally we should understand that when you follow the right way, that during the time of courtship is the little time for you people to, after you have heard from God and all that, the time of courtship is the time for you people to plan, is the time for you people to agree and disagree on some things. Is I know that even at that some people can still pretend though, but there is no time that is enough. So me then, I met a lady. Later now, I said, okay, I will marry. As a matter of fact, the prophetess told me, say, that is your wife. That's why I told you people to be careful. The prophet said, that's your wife. And before you know that, I begin to dream, I begin to see, I begin to do the, say, in fact, the confirmation is there. She is my wife. And guess what? We begin to enter a relationship. This is a brother that loves God. I'm telling you, this is a brother that is on fire for God, though. Okay, we start a relationship. Oh. When are you getting married? There's no date yet, but we just enter a relationship. This is the woman I want to marry. This is the woman I want to marry. But do you know that during on the process of relationship, before you know, we even agreed. We will begin to pray together. We begin to talk. We begin to pray another. Begin to plan. And we now even talk, we now agree that hey, when we finally get married, on the wedding night we are not going to touch each other. That on the wedding night is going to be a night of prayer. Maybe we even invite more people to join us to pray for the foundation of the home and all that. Just planning. My beloved people, my beloved people, in less than a year or in less than 2 years, is it over up to a year? In less than a year, this brother that is speaking, this brother that knew the Lord, in less than a year, he committed sin with the sister. He committed sin with the sister. And thank God, heaven was provoked. Heaven was provoked. Many things happened when that thing happened because the mantle was taken away, could not pray again, nothing, nothing. But thank God, he said, cut off the relationship. I was in River State, and later the sister was in Kebbi State. Was in Kebbi State, and I got the message that I'm going to cut off the relationship. And that day I was so troubled. I was even helping, assisting someone. I was assisting someone. All of a sudden, I broke some egg. He said, what happened? He said, are you okay? I just explained. I said, see. There's a sister I've been in a relationship with another. But see, I want to break it. That is why I'm disturbed emotion. And guess what? That same Sunday that I've made up my mind to break the relationship, she went to church. After the service, the pastor in that church called them that I want to see some so sisters that are due for marriage and other. And as they gather, all of a sudden, he said the pastor pointed at her. You see me in my office. She went to the pastor's office, and the pastor, through the prophecy, he said that brother you are in a relationship with, he wanted to cover up. God have already showed the pastor what we did together. He now said people should cut off the relationship. It is later I discovered that this sister was sent as an agent. We break it up. This was this person. This is the yoke that so many people are in now. Why the dating? Why the relationship when you are not ready for the marriage? It's like pushing yourself. It's like you want to do it premature. I just pray that God will help us